Hi everybody, this is Bogas Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Star Wars The Black Series pre-Vizsla figure. So before we take a look at pre-Vizsla, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with his blasters, and I wish these would have had some sort of paint detail, or at least be cast in like a metallic silver collar. That would have been really cool because these are just a flat gray color. You can store the blasters in the holsters there on his hips. That's a very secure fit. They won't drop out or anything, so that's pretty cool. Up next, he comes with his jetpack, and this is done in a very nice metallic silver color. It's very shimmery. You get some red and white paint detailing on it. That looks really cool. You can actually move these up and down, and the missile at the top is removable, so that's really cool. I do wish we would have gotten like a little smoke trail you could attach to this coming out of the jetpack. That would have looked really cool. But I do think it's very nice that you can remove that if you want to for photography or whatever reason. Up next, he comes with the dark saber. We've seen this used numerous times before with figures like Moff Gideon and the Mandalorian. I do feel like the colors, the white here is a little bit brighter than on the previous versions. I do wish Hasbro would have used some print tech though to put on some white crackle effect on the blade here. That would have looked really awesome. You can actually store the darksaber there on his jetpack. It has a little hook. You just remove the blade from the saber and just put it down in there, and it stays in there pretty securely. So I think that is very awesome that Hasbro included the option to be able to do that. And finally, he comes with his helmet, and this helmet looks very sick. I do feel like it looks a little big on him though. That's probably so you can actually remove it. They have to make the helmet a little bit bigger than the head. But despite it looking just a little bit big, I think this looks very nice. You get some nice shimmery metallic colors going on there. That looks really awesome. This is one of my favorite designs in all of Star Wars, so I think this looks incredibly sick. So now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the head sculpt underneath the helmet. I think Hasbro did a very nice job with this head sculpt. It looks really good. The printing there for the scarring looks very nice. It's been a while since I've watched the Clone Wars, but I don't remember pre-Vizsla having any facial hair, or even like some stubble there. I think that's what that's supposed to be. I don't remember him having that. But other than that, I think this head sculpt looks really nice. The shaved head there looks really good. Hasbro just did a very nice job at making a realistic version of the Clone Wars head sculpt. This looks very cool. There has been a lot of controversy surrounding this figure due to the reuse of the body, and I do agree that this should have been a new body mold, because pre-Vizsla isn't this bulky. I feel like he should have used a thinner body mold, but I think it looks really good for the most part. I do have some complaints about this, but that's more in terms of articulation, like the way the arm is sculpted here. He can only bend that far. You can't actually get him holding the darksaber in both hands. That's as far as you can get it, which you can force it, but you might break it doing that. So that is my main complaint, is you can't actually get him holding the darksaber in both hands. On the torso, you get the blue paint right here, and I feel like this is a little too perfect. If I remember right, this was supposed to kind of look spray painted in the cartoon. So yeah, this just looks a little bit too perfect. It would have been cool if they would have used the print tech to print this on. I think that would have looked perfect to print this on instead of use solid paint on it. This also reuses some parts from the old Jango Fett body mold. You can see that the torso and the arms are the same, the shoulder pads are the same. The only thing that's different are the thighs, because this has the holsters on it. And I believe that the first figure that used that was the Mandalorian Loyalist. So yeah, this does reuse an older body mold. So now let's go over his articulation. He has a ball hinge head that can look up all the way. He can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side. He has shoulders that can move all the way out. He has single jointed elbows that can only bend in that far. Can move side to side very slightly. He does have swivel here at the wrist armor. He has swiveled wrist that can move side to side and up and down. I do think this would have benefited from a hinge. I think both of these wrist joints should have been a hinge instead of just your regular swivels. I think that would have also helped with him holding the darksaber in both hands. He has a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back very slightly, forward very slightly, and side to side very nicely. He has hips that can only move out that far. The blaster does hit if you have it in the holster, so let's see. Oh, okay. Can't move out any farther. I guess it's the armor that's hitting right there. So yeah, the hips can only move out that far. He can kick forward all the way. he can't really kick back at all. He has a swivel of the thigh, double jointed knee, a little crunchy, that can move back like that, and he has a swivel of the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and a nice ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to Jango Fett. Here he is next to the Christmas Mandalorian. Here he is next to Bo-Katan. Here he is next to Obi-Wan. Here he is next to Darth Maul. Seeing him next to Maul makes me realize we really need a Savage Opress figure in the Black Series. That would be incredibly sick. And finally, here he is next to Ahsoka. So overall, I'd highly recommend picking this up. This figure does have its flaws, but I still think it's very nice despite those flaws. It would have been really cool if Hasbro would have used a new body mold for this pre-Vizsla, but I still think it's a decent figure. The only real complaint I have is in the arm articulation, but other than that, I really do like this figure, and it's not nearly as bad as some of the people have made it out to be. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.